Hello everybody, happy Sunday. How are you all doing today? I'm not gonna lie, I have a bit of a sore throat. You might be able to hear it, but I'm okay. It's nothing serious. I actually think I just talk too much. I genuinely think that's the problem. Anyway, I have a bit of a sore throat, but today I decided to wake up and choose a difficult life for myself. Like, I decided I'm going to be the most extra I can possibly be and make my journal cover today out of felt. Yes, it looks really nice. Yes, I'm really happy with it, but it took a long time and I was not expecting it to. So let me get into what I'm doing today. So I am currently on James Burkes' course. Lovely James Burke, and his current course is Virtual Voyage 6, and it is called Tokyo a Gogo, and it is in the theme of Japan, which obviously, if you've been watching here a while, you'll know that I live in Japan. So hearing that James was doing this course, obviously I was going to join, and obviously I could not wait to sign up. And because this particular one was so special and personal to me, I really wanted to make a personal and special cover for this particular course. So I also have a lot of felt, and I'm also moving back to England like very soon, within the next 4 months. So I thought, what better way to kill two birds with one stone than to use the felt that I have around my house to make a felted journal cover. I really didn't think that it would take this long. As you can see, I'm taking my time cutting out one piece. I am going to speed up the video so you can sort of see how I put it all together. But basically, I don't even know how I know how to do this. I think it's just something I did at school, which is, I think, does everyone know how to? I'm sure it's pretty easy. It's just like collaging, but with felt. So all you have to do really is think about the layers that you want to do and just cut out all the different layers of whatever it is that you're making. And then when you're gluing them down, that's the most important thing, is to glue them in the order that they will go back to front, if that makes sense. Whatever is at the back, you need to glue first, and whatever is in the background, basically, and then whatever is in the foreground and is going to be on top of everything, say like the highlight, that needs to be in on the top of everything. So if we come right back to the bare bones of this journal, I have made the actual cover out of the back of a sketchbook. So you know where sometimes you get the thick card in the back of a sketchbook? I have cut 2 squares, the same size as the paper I was using, or a little bit bigger actually, 2 squares to that size, and a spine as well for the book. And then what I'm going to do is actually make a cover for it. So I'm not going to glue the fabric straight onto the cardboard. I'm actually going to make a slide on cover. I don't really know why I decided to do that. Oh yeah, I do, because originally I was going to sew all these pieces on. I was going to hand sew all these pieces on until I realized that that's ridiculous and will take me a very, very long time, because this was taking me a long time just to glue them on, so and to cut them out, sorry. So I realized that was a bad idea. Also, it might help if you want to draw your design first. So I actually started doing this on the very first day of the course. So I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do like a self-portrait, and then like me holding a sign, either with the name of the course or like Jodi's journal. So I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do, but after doing this and realizing how long it takes even just to decide, like as you can see, like what hairstyle I wanted. It looks quite funny when it's just got the hair at the bottom. but even this part, like taking all this time to decide whether I wanted like little pigtails or my hair down or like whatever, like it took me so long to try and decide what hairstyle. So I really wish that I would have drawn this out first, like drawn the design out and maybe even made templates so I could cut the fabric out. That way I would have used a lot less material because I was cutting things out and then changing my mind a lot. Now the material that I was using wasn't expensive at all, and I have a lot of it, like I said, and I've not used it while I've been here, so I didn't mind so much because I was actually using it and getting some use out of it, which I was really happy about. But yeah, like I said, if you want to do this, I would definitely recommend drawing out your design first. It was fun though to like play around with the different hairstyles, and when I had the pieces, it was kind of like a fun jigsaw puzzle, like being able to redesign them and sort of play around with them a little bit. So I kept playing with this and I realized there was just something not right about it, and I realized it was the eyes. So you might have just been able to see there, but I actually made the eyes smaller, and most of this course, all of this course is obviously Japanese inspired, and the eyes in Japanese anime or just in pop culture in general, they are always drawn very big, and like the bigger the eyes the better basically, and the more cute the character looks. So that's why I did like super big eyes, and then I realized that they still need to be in proportion with the face in order to make it look cute. Otherwise I think you can draw eyes that are too big is what I realized. So once I'd adjusted the eyes, everything else just sort of came more into place and fell into place more easily, and the hair started to look better as well. I decided to go with Jodi's journal, and I also kept to the same colour palette. I did have some more colours as well that I could have used, but I decided to stick to this same colour palette just to make it look a little more coherent. Also, originally, I actually didn't want you to be able to see any of the brown background. I used this material because I had it left over from something else. I wasn't super keen on the colour. It's just like a brown grey, which is totally not the vibe of this course at all. So I thought I will stick loads of different felt all over it and you won't even be able to see the grey. But as I was starting to do that, I realised how long it was taking me, and also how intricate some of these things were. Actually cutting out fine detail things in felt is very difficult and tricky, especially if you're like me and you don't have fabric scissors. It made it much more difficult. So overall, like, I wish I'd planned it a little bit more, like I said, and that would be my advice to you. If you thought, I love the way this cover looks and I really want to have a go at making my own felt cover, that would be my advice. Just plan it a little better than I did. It's not going to take much to plan it better than I did. I literally just had the felt and started cutting it out. I don't think I even drew in pencil anything. I didn't even draw the lettering out in pencil. I just eyeballed the whole thing and just guessed, which, like, I know would drive some people just up the wall because I'm not a perfectionist. But if you are a perfectionist, then yeah, I can imagine that would, not please you to see me just randomly cutting pieces of material out. But I did have a lot of fun doing it, and I just love the way it turned out. I wanted to add lots of little details, and that is my problem. I tend to like to add lots of little details. So I did add like little pencils in my hair, and I wanted to put hearts and stars and just like really cutesy things just all around. So I did cut out quite a few little different things. This Tokyo a Gogo, so that's the name of the course, I really wanted it down the spine of the book, but I cut out the words Tokyo a Gogo so many times because I kept doing them the wrong size. Again, if you just planned if you planned a little better, it would fit. But then actually I really liked it on the back, and I decided to make a little pocket and a little bookmark. So I made this little pencil mascot because everything in Japan has a mascot. So I thought, why not have a mascot for this book for me? And it's something too that can move through the book as I'm moving through the course, because obviously it's a bookmark, so it's going to be able to keep the pages for me. And this is actually inspired by a journal cover that I bought in Japan. It has a little cat as the bookmark, and it has a pocket on the back just like this, and I loved it so much, so that's why I decided to do it like that. And I did the little pencil as a bookmark. And then I felt like adding the white highlights to the raindrops and the lettering. It really gave it that kind of bubbly kind of Japanese look, I feel like. So even though that took probably the most time, was adding all these little white highlights to everything, I actually think it looks really effective, and actually getting the shape of the highlights too and the right placement is really difficult. Some of them are definitely not in the right place, but I really like the way that looked. And what else did I want to say? Oh, I also used a sewing machine, so don't be too fooled. I used glue for literally all of the felt. The only thing I used the sewing machine for was to put the to make the sleeve, the actual sleeve. And the reason I did that is just because I thought it'd be easier to maneuver than actually have it stuck onto the book. If I wanted to change anything, then I could do that. So that's what I'm showing you now. So I made 4 signatures, and they all have 3 pieces of paper inside. It's watercolor paper. I think it's 300 GSM? Yeah, I think it's GSM. And I just used some paper I had left over as well. And then as you can see, I'm sliding the one end of the book in this side, and I'll do the same on the other side. The other side is always a bit tricky, and I'm so surprised that this fit, because again, I did not use a ruler or anything like that. I just literally lay the book on top of it, and I added an extra 1.5 centimeters each side, so that when I was sewing it and turning it around, it had enough wiggle room, if that makes sense. So yeah, and I also want to decorate the inside. So where the cardboard is visible, I do want to decorate the inside, so that when you open the book, there's also something nice to look at on the inside. So as you can see, it's a little bit short at the top and the bottom, maybe like, I don't even know, like 5 millimeters or something. But honestly, that doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm not a perfectionist, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I can put my little pencil mascot in there, and again, I just layered those. I just layered the different layers on top, glued the different layers on top. And for that one, for the pencil, I actually stuck it onto one big piece of felt, a blue piece of felt, and then I cut around it just to give it a little bit more stability. As you can see, I'm just getting all the extra fluff off. Also, if you do this, then just expect to be covered in felt for like however long you want to do this for, like 2 or 3 days, because now there is tiny different coloured felt pieces all around my house, and I'm gonna have to go around with a hoover and clean everything up now. But honestly, it was totally worth it. I think it's one of my favorite journal covers I've ever made. It's going to make me happy every time I look at it, and it's definitely going to remind me of my time here in Japan. So yeah, I'm going to cover this inside as well that I'm showing you now. I'm going to make sure that that's all covered up as well. And yeah, I think I'm just going to show you how the bookmark works, as if you don't know how bookmarks work. But oh yeah, I wanted to show you what it looked like underneath. Yeah, there he is, like poking out at the bottom. Also, I did put eyelashes on the little pencil, but it just looked too cluttered because it's so small. It didn't really work with the pencil, but I really like it anyway. So yeah, I think I'm going to show you some close-up slow-mo shots of the book because it always looks a little different closer up, I find, and I think it's nice to show you those closer pictures. So I'm going to do that. So yeah, so you can see, and I just love the layered look to this. Like, I really like the handmade feel to it, and I love the way the layers look stacked on top of each other. Yeah, I really hope that this inspires you to do something fun with your journal covers. But honestly, everyone's journal covers that I see inspire me. Like, they're so good, and every time I do one of these courses, I just love seeing everybody's work and everything. So if you are doing the course right now, I would love it if you could say hi. I'm a bit daft. I always dress up and have fun, and I'm a bit silly. So yeah, I would love to meet some new people too. And yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it was a long one, but I will see you next Sunday as always with a brand new video. Take care everybody. Have a great week and see you soon. Bye.